in front of our house. In the summertime, in the summertime. I wish I'd had a house in the Caribbean, the Caribbean. I saw a commercial on my television about the Caribbean, and we could go there. Paravion, Paravion, and we could go there. Paravion, Paravion. I saw a presentation on a TV station about the Caribbean. We were lying down in front of our house in the summertime, in the summertime. I wish I had a house in the Caribbean, the Caribbean. I saw a commercial on my television about the Caribbean, and we could go there. Paravion, Paravion, and we could go there. Paravion, 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 Paravion.
Caribbean. Who doesn't want to be right there right now with this weather that we've been having here? But I know somebody who is down there right now. Keba, how are you doing?
Good afternoon, Jan. Good afternoon, Iceland. I am quite warm. It's probably not the best thing to say considering what you just mentioned about the weather, but that's what it is.
Oh, we have had such bad weather. We haven't gotten proper summer yet. I just went out to the countryside a few days ago, and it was still brown. It wasn't green at all, and it was cold.
Well, for us, it's the complete opposite. It's definitely beginning to heat up. I think the temperature should be somewhere about maybe 27 degrees Celsius right now. So, yeah, the heat is out in full effect. And summer, of course, is only going to heat up as the months go by.
Ah, that sounds very nice. I should be there.
Well, you should. You know how to get there. The directions are very simple.
Very simple. Direct flight from London, right?
Exactly.
Now I
And just find your way here.
Now I just have to win the lottery, then I'll be right down there.
Well, you should start playing.
Yeah, very true. I won't win if I won't play, eh?
Start playing and see what works out.
So you did something about Iceland some time ago. What was that?
Yes, it actually was. Before I go into exactly what it is, I need to explain why. I'm actually part of Rotaract, which is a branch, the youth arm of Rotary International, and a member of the Rotaract Club of St.lucia. And we had to do a project. Now, our club is part of a district which is formed of different clubs within the Caribbean, and we had to do a district international service project. And the plan was to try to foster interaction between clubs globally, clubs outside of our particular district. So Iceland was one of the countries which was chosen, and the idea was to make contact with a Rotaract club in Iceland, and then to have an exchange of pins. So that would be a tangible object that we could exchange, where we could send a pin over to them, a pin which would be the flag of our country, and they would send a pin which would be the Icelandic flag to us, and that would be an establishing of communication between the two clubs. So that's initially what the project was about.
Okay.
And that's how it started. We did a bit of communication in regards to that. And of course, I did end up getting my pin through unconventional means, but I got it.
Let's not go there, how you got that one. Are you still in contact with that Icelandic chapter, or?
I don't think we have communicated recently. There was a bit of exchange after the project ended. But in terms of recent communication, I don't think there has been. Because what happens is there's a changeover of the executive every single year. And the Rotaract year is actually coming to an end. The final month would be this month. And then the new executive, new board, new everything comes in from July. So I guess with maybe the transitioning of executives and membership over that period of time, the contact was lost for a bit. But of course, it's as simple as just, pulling up an address or sending an email, sending a message, and resuming communication.
Oh, yes, for sure. The world sure has shrunk after the invention of internet, eh?
That is the thing. It's a good thing in the sense of we are now able to, keep contact with persons who typically you would have to wait maybe months to hear from if you had to send a letter across or these sorts of means of communication. Now you can just pick up a phone and message somebody who is halfway across the world from you. So it's sort of a good thing.
And then they get it like half a second later. Do you remember?
Exactly.
Do you remember the time when you got letters and back in the day when postage was really expensive? You got these super thin letters with red and blue edges around and.
Yes.
It was like baking paper, the letters.
Yes, I know, right? But luckily for us, it's now a lot simpler in terms of keeping contact.
Yeah.
I have friends of mine who moved from St. Lucia, moved from the Caribbean, moved to Europe, moved to the United States, wherever it is across the world they are. And it's beautiful that friendships can be maintained in that regard, where you just keep, having these conversations with people. It's almost like the person didn't really leave.
For sure. Before we go any further, when Westerners think of Caribbean, almost everybody thinks of reggae. And
thinks of what?
Reggae music, Bob Marley and so on. And they don't really get it at first that in Iceland we have a fantastic reggae scene. Like this band here called Hjalmar, and this is one of my favorite tunes ever. It's called Keba Frelsi. It's highly political. I'm not going to translate the lyrics, but the title means what kind of freedom. And let's enjoy this tune before we go any further.
All right.
Semri
beautiful is that tune? What do you think, Keba?
It definitely is one that's enjoyable, nice and mellow. I like the musical arrangement behind it, of course,
I,
and the
th-
vocals.
I think I sent you this tune more than once.
Yes, this is definitely one of those that has been sent over the exchange of music that we've had for quite some time.
I can get kind of I get almost a little bit of holy when I listen to this tune. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I just love it. That's Hjalmar. Anyway, so back to your project. Tell me about what you discovered and what did you do for your chapter there?
Well, again, the idea was to educate the membership about, the different things about Iceland as a country, and of course, by extension, to share that with the different countries within the district when that was shared at the district conference. So it was interesting again learning about, the history of the country, the fact that the earliest inhabitants were Irish. And it's interesting because when researching countries, it's not often that think about, where exactly it is that these people in themselves came from. Is it something where the inhabitants came from another particular country? You would wonder what exactly caused the transition for persons to come directly from Iceland and then begin the inhabiting of that particular country. Even the weather, again, was something interesting to convey to the membership, because of course your weather is completely polar opposite, no pun intended, polar opposite from us. Even the whole idea of the sun cycles, the way it is for us, we take for granted the fact that the sun rises and the sun sets, within a 24-hour period. It's like you have morning, you have night. With you, the weather, the sun cycles are a bit different. So
yes.
Quite interesting to learn these sorts of things, of course, about the island. The country, sorry.
I am sure there's a whole bunch of foreign friends of mine that when I tell them that we don't have any dark in the summer, they kind of freak out just by the idea. But I really love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's incredible to, for example, if I would go to a bar and come out at 3 or 4 in the morning and you need to put on your sunglasses. I like it, and I sleep well in the light too, and I just think it's fantastic.
You see, it's something that you would have gotten used to. If it's something like that is the environment that you grew up in, it would be absolutely normal to you. But if I was someone to, let's say I was visiting and I'm used to the whole idea of morning night, and I'm expecting, okay, the sun is going to go into my body getting rest during the dark, during nighttime, it would be quite an adjustment for me during a summer period for that to happen.
Oh yeah, everything requires a little bit of adjustment, I'm sure. But I don't like the opposite when it's dark that long during winter. I don't like that period at all. So
the shift in weather.
So will you ever come to Iceland?
You know what's funny? It's something where I suspect at some point it probably will happen. I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine from London who had the intention of visiting. And then we're speaking to him about the whole idea. I'm like, it would be nice to actually see a country that I've actually read up about, and then I've interacted regularly with someone who calls this place home. It would be interesting to not just, think about it vaguely, but to actually visit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure you would love it. I mean, Iceland it has spectacular beauty, and although I've been living here 20 some years, I still have so much left to see. Just for example, just the light we were talking about earlier. Iceland has this orange light during summer nights, which I haven't experienced anywhere else. It's so thick that you can almost cut it with a knife, and it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always something to experience the different parts and different aspects of the island. Because even with me, and of course I've been living on this island my entire life, and there are still places that remain to be seen, and different places to visit and different sites to go to. So that would be expected.
Oh yeah, for sure. So anyway, that it was so nice to speak to you on air, Keba, and we might be doing that again.
It would be nice to have it happen. Maybe another point in time we can rope in one of the listeners who I know is enjoying this interview at this point
And
in time.
give the person a shout out. He or she will
the,
love it.
my darling friend Nisha over in Trinidad, who is listening in right now. I can only imagine the reaction I'm going to get after seeing this.
Woohoo! Hello, Trinidad. So,
Who is logged on and listening.
and before I let you go, you need to do the jingle I wrote you. Do you know the
By
text?
all means, it's not a problem at all.
Let me hear it.
And it's I'm actually trying to get the exact text, but of course it's been a pleasure speaking to you. And let me just say, I'm Keba from St. Lucia, and you are listening to Radio Iceland, one station for the nation.
Woo! And that's damn true. All right, Keba, it has been a true pleasure talking to you. I'm going to sign you off with Amabatama, yet another fantastic reggae group. This tune is called El Dorado, and I hope you will enjoy this, and I hope you will enjoy your day, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, then. Take care. It's been a pleasure, and enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.